Hey guys, happy Friday. Today's Friday, January 25th. If it sounds like I'm screaming, I am. We're in the Citrus Club. There are no rooms in the inn, and so we are having to figure out where we're at thanks to Kelly Ospina, who's here, and Ali McCarroll, who's behind the scenes. Let us know you can hear us and see us. Pop on, give me a thumbs up. Ali McCarroll, you can play it as loud as you want. Just make sure you can hear us, because we are going to be fighting against, hey Star, we're going to be fighting against the happy hour crowd at the Citrus Club,
yes.
And we all know how that goes. So with me I have Kelly Ospina,
hello.
Andres Ospina,
Hello, hello.
and Javier Paredes. Did I say it right?
Paredes.
Paredes. See, I tried to speak
You were
Spanish.
pretty close.
I was close.
Paredes.
All from Ecologic.
Yes, Ecologic
That's right.
Realty Group.
Ecologic.
So, but we have a lot to talk about. They told me their story the other day. Hey, thanks, Shirley. Okay, we got a good-looking group. They are good-looking. And so I loved their story. And you know, hey, Jason Aza, what's up? I love to hear people's stories, and you guys have one. And apparently we have three, so we want to get right to it. We'll start with Kelly. Kelly, give us a little background on you, and then Andres and then Javier can do the same thing, because the important thing is that they know your story.
Perfect. So first, thank you for inviting us here. This is amazing. We had a really good conversation with you.
We did, right? We had a great time.
Yes, we had a really good time. Enjoy talking about sharing our stories. And yeah, it's amazing, like having the possibility to maybe inspire some people and talk about your story, just being real, being live, being real. So a little bit about me, I was born in Colombia, and then I moved here 3 years ago, exactly this month, like last week.
Happy anniversary!
Thank you! Yeah, so I moved here just having the American dream. My family, my parents really wanted me to come here, so we decided that we can have much better opportunities, a much better life here, and just like living the American dream. So we came here and I started working in a restaurant. Didn't know any English at all.
I was going to say, one of the best parts of your story, I thought, is you knew no English when you got here.
No English at all. It was very funny.
How did you learn so fast?
I don't know, pushing myself, asking a lot.
I can barely ask for a beer in Spanish, so I don't know. Cervezas, por favor.
I think the little secret is that you have to force yourself to be uncomfortable. So a lot of the times I was wanting to go to speak to the people that didn't know Spanish. So I can force myself to at least try to understand and get something. And Andres helped me a lot. He's my translator, my teacher, and so anytime I have a question or whatever, I didn't understand anything, I just went to him. Javier always corrects me all the time.
Javier, are you a corrector?
Yes,
oh
but I
my
like
God,
that. You know,
it.
that's a great team, because some people doesn't like that if they correct you, but I
how are you supposed
appreciate
to
it.
learn if somebody doesn't tell you?
So
That's my I love that, because I think people are so afraid to say something that's truthful. Well, you can say it without hurting people, so he wasn't being hurtful, he just wanted you to learn, and I think that's awesome.
It's all about how you say the thing. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. So if you say it in a nice way, you can help people grow, and that's what happened to me. A lot of people correct me and teach me how it was the right way, and I'm still learning, trust me. I don't know it all. I am still learning. I still have my times when I try to communicate myself, but I'm getting better, and a lot of people help me, and they're so friendly and try to understand and help, so it's really good. So then 3 years later, being here, learning a new culture, new language, new everything, new business, learned all about real estate, didn't know anything about real estate either.
Now, did you both get into it at the same time?
No, so he was doing real estate.
Oh, so we're going to hear his story.
Yeah, he will tell you, like, when I met him, he had already about 2 years, Andres, doing real estate. Javier had around 1 year, I think, and I didn't know anything, so I just started fresh. And I really like doing marketing, and I used to be a journalist and a photographer, so I like the social media, photos,
oh,
videos,
that's why you were able to
that
help
type of
with
things.
this.
Yes.
Yeah, because Kelly came in and took over, thank God.
Yeah, so
and with a little help from Ali, we got it.
Yeah, just like her. So I'm like, I can do the photos for our listings, I can promote everything, do the business cards, create our logo, our flyers, all the branding, all you can think, that's what I do for our company.
And how did you meet Andres? Or does he want to tell that story?
That's a great story. So
Andres, tell us a little bit.
Yes, it's actually funny. So I just came here. At that time, I had like 2 months in United States, no English at all. I was working in a restaurant, and then it was St. Patrick's Day. And I didn't know what was St. Patrick's because we don't celebrate that in Colombia. So I went, I don't know, it's not a culture thing. So we went, I took off of work, and I was walking around downtown, and everybody was partying at the stages and the party. I'm like, what's happening? I was scared. I'm like, oh, what is going on? And it looked very interesting, so I kept walking around, seeing everything that was happening. And he used to work at the front door of Vice. That's right in front of Plaza in Orange.
Vice,
yes.
Yes, the nightclub. Yeah.
I forgot you had that history.
The big room.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
That was the pickup girls.
I had to bring the people in.
You were like the bouncer.
Yes.
Yeah,
he was doing real estate, but he was also doing that like once night a week. Only one night a week, and that same night I was walking by, so I passed by the street, and he's like, hey, you want to come in? I want to invite you, you should come, blah, blah, blah. But I didn't understand anything that he was saying because I didn't speak any English, so I'm like, I just ignored him and passed by. But then I really, really like him, so I came back.
Oh, you did a circle back.
Yeah.
I saw the U-turn literally in action.
I did a U-turn in the corner,
hold on a second.
and I passed by it again. And then he's like again, hey, do you want to come inside? And he saw my face. I was so lost, didn't understand it. Then he started speaking in Spanish. He's like, hey, hola, ¿cómo estás? ¿Quieres entrar? And he's like, I'm not going to charge you any cover. I'm going to give you a champagne drink. Let's meet.
Nice move.
Yes, and then he listened to my accent. The weird thing is, he's like, are you Colombian? Because he listened to me. I'm like, yes. And he's like, I'm Colombian too. So I'm like, okay, let's go. Just go inside. So we went inside. He gave me the champagne. We took a little drink, but then he had to come back to work. So he just asked for my number, went back to work. I took off, went to my house, and then he texted me like the day after, and we start texting back and forth. And he's like, we should go out and meet each other. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. So he asked me to go on a date. I'm like, yes. He didn't know. He didn't tell me where we were going, and it was like a little surprise. I was excited about it, and he took me to Lake Eola, and he had a wine bottle and a blanket.
Dude, you're smooth.
Take notes, take notes.
It worked,
So
didn't
we
it?
went and parked right next to Lake Eola. He took the blanket and the bottle. I'm like, what is he doing? And then we went to the lake and sit on the grass right at the peninsula. At the
How long
lake.
ago was that?
That was March 2016.
And how long have you been married?
2 years and a half.
See, they've been married. Look at it work.
Yeah, it
So
worked.
you
It
can
was fast.
make it work.
Yes.
Even if you don't speak the language, and most men don't speak women's languages.
Yes.
So, all right. So tell us a little bit about you, Andres.
Okay. So my life starts in Colombia. So I'm also from Colombia, born in Bogota, and I came to this country when I was 9 years old. And
So you've been here longer than Kelly's
I
been.
have, yes.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
been here for about 19 years almost. And I came here at 9 years old, and my family was basically telling me, hey, we're going to go to the United States, we're going to go to Disney, and we're going to come back. It's going to be a quick vacation. I said, okay, no problem. The day before we're leaving, my mom says, look, I'm actually going to stay here, and you can either stay here with us, or you can go back to Colombia. And that's when I made the decision of staying here. And my life
Was there
has
really
been-
a choice at that point?
No, not really, no.
I mean, you want to be at
It was
Disney
like a-
World, or you want to be in Colombia?
Come on. Disney World all day. And the hamburgers and the hot dogs, everything. I was sold. So I stayed here, and that's where, you know, my life really started. I've been always passionate about becoming financially free. So I actually started working at our puppy store in Melbourne. So yeah, my first job was
You had a puppy store?
puppy store. Yeah, I was the
Nice.
manager of a puppy store. So that was
family
amazing.
business.
That was very, very fun. So I did that for a couple of years, and yeah, then I moved over to Orlando. Went to UCF.
Go Knights.
Yeah, UCF 100%. And yeah, when I moved to UCF.
Why real estate? How did you get involved in that?
So I've always wanted to invest, right? I've always invested in different businesses. I invested in gold shops. I invested in a cigar shop. And
did you really?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Why investment? Like, what was it that attracted you to investments? Did you grow up in a household where investments were the norm, or is this just something that you were born with?
Not really. So, for some reason, my family implanted in me, look, you're in this country and you need to help your other family in Colombia. You're the only one in your generation that has the opportunity to be in the United States, which is, you know, the land.
No pressure.
Of the free right,
no
right? No,
pressure at all.
So that's pretty much my why. My why is to help my family come here, build a big enough empire so I can bring everybody here. Because over here, it's so much opportunity.
So real estate gave you that opportunity.
Exactly.
You learned early on that investing, it was kind of your vehicle, like Kelly said.
This is my vehicle. I'll be doing this forever, and I love it. It's not a job. So then I did my first flip in 2015 with Gil at Ecologic Realty Central. So
Gil Ramos.
Yeah, Gil Ramos, man. He saw the vision, and Lorena too. So,
I love that.
So that was the first thing that kind of just helped me get over the boundary of making the money work for you, and that was huge for me. Then in 2016, I met Javier. And
yeah, we got to get to Javier in the corner there.
I hope you guys can see me.
He's right here.
We can see
we've been partners since 2016, and it's been amazing. And then obviously in 2016, the most beautiful thing in my life happened, which was meeting my wife.
Oh, nice.
That's really when things
you're
took off.
smooth, dude.
No, but seriously, from the heart,
I know.
And yeah, I mean, meeting her, meeting him, putting us together has been a
how does that partnership
beautiful
work? So when you meet somebody like Javier, how do you guys know that the partnership will work? And Javier can take this if he wants and give us a little background, because a lot of times when you go into partnership with people, it can be difficult. Even if it seems like the relationship is really good and strong, once you start doing business and there's money involved, it can definitely be a challenge. So Javier, tell us a little bit about yourself and then talk about that.
You know, right from the get-go, we didn't know 100%, but he was doing real estate. He got me on board. He showed me the vision, and then we both had a very similar mindset. We both were very similar. A lot of things we did, like the way we dressed, the things we.
The Polo Brothers.
Yeah, they actually used to call us Polo Brothers.
The Polo Brothers.
We used to wear nothing but Ralph Lauren, and this was actually before we met each other. So he had his whole wardrobe. I had my whole wardrobe.
Separated at birth.
Every single polo shirt that you can think of, like Ralph Lauren sold, we had it. And so we weren't 100% on it. And so when I first joined into real estate, he was actually working with I think 1 or 2 investors. And I was like, man, these guys aren't keeping that busy. You're not making a ton of money off these guys. I said, let's partner up, and we did, and we spent some money on marketing, and after that, we really got to see how we work with each other on a day-to-day basis and stuff like that. And that's how we really figured out, hey, is this going to be a life-working relationship or not? So jumping into it, we didn't know 100%, but once we jumped into it, started to learn how we work together, that's when we really figured out, okay, yeah, we can make something really, really big. We can build an empire together. And
that's what you're doing, right? Chris Stevens says you guys are awesome. We love Chris Stevens.
Yeah.
What's up, buddy?
Big shout out to him too, by the way.
Shout
if you guys don't have a transaction coordinator, you need one.
You're amazing, Chris. I still owe you a show, my friend.
He does all our paperwork.
You need the show too, for sure.
Yeah, and it's not only us, that's the thing. Like, it's not only us, it's because we have people like Chris and his team, and our lender and his team, our title company and his team. So everybody help us, and that's why we are able to.
Sure, you have to have the partnerships, you have to have the relationships. So how does it work now in the business? So you guys, obviously, each of you have your own beginnings. We didn't hear where Javier's from. Where are you from?
Javier.
Go ahead. All right, so really quick, born and raised in Miami, lived there until I was about 13, 14 years old. Once I tell you where I moved to, I wasn't a decision maker at the time. My mom moved me to Ocala, Florida, which is about an hour and a half.
Really seemed like a fish out of water.
When I tell people that, they're like, oh my God, you kidding me? So anyways, I lived there a long time. I maxed my potential out there. I was like, you know what, I can't do it here no more. I remember I was just going right to re-sign my lease, and I was like, you know what, let me take the leap of faith. Orlando's the next biggest city here. I moved here. I was like, you know what, let me see if I'm going to really like Orlando. So I did it smart. I could have rented a house here, tied myself in a long-term lease. So I did, and I rented a room. It was actually a room I found off Craigslist. went on Craigslist, found the room, which was a mutual friend of Andreas's, and that's how I.
That's how they met.
Because Andreas used to come over in his little pimp suit, his little pimp, you know, all his little.
It wasn't.
I used to wear vests.
Yeah,
The best every time.
So I got to see pictures of that
Best.
vest.
Yeah, he was a very sharp dresser. Now he's kind of.
I still am.
He's got kind of comfortable, but.
He was using the same vest when I met him. The vest and
Yeah,
the
the vest.
suit.
I love it.
Yeah. But he showed me the vision of real estate, and it really worked for me. And the reason why is because ever since I was a little boy, I was the guy. I spent $120 at Walmart to buy that push mower, going door to door, asking people, hey, can I cut their lawn $10, $15?
Where did that come from? Where did that drive come
I
from?
just have it in my blood, to be honest with you. I mean, no one really showed it to me. My father left me when I was really young. My actual father was really raised by my stepdad, but you know he was a little bit of troublemaker too when I was kind of growing up. And you know, now today he's a blessing in my life and stuff like that. But it was really just in my blood. I've always just loved money. I remember having a little piggy bank and saving every little penny that I can get, picking up pennies off the ground. I mean, doing all types of things to make money. I mean, let alone just doing lawn mowing. I lived behind a golf course. I bought a golf ball retriever and I used to sell used golf balls back.
You're an entrepreneur,
I'm not
man.
kidding. I was a little hustler. I was just making money, car detailing. I mean, everything. So I was very similar to Andreas. You know, I had my little hustles and stuff like that. So when he showed me the vision of real estate, I was like, wow, this is something that is very hustle. You have to have a hustle mentality to be in it. You know, and that's why we just took off with it. And
Is that what you guys do? So how do you guys operate now? There's 3 of you.
Yeah.
So 2 is a lot, 3 is definitely a lot. How do you balance each other's talents, and what do you do different? Everybody's got a role. Kelly's marketing,
So I do
so
all
she
the
helps all the social
marketing
media.
and the photos and the organization too. So we have 10 other agents in our organization, and I have to make sure everybody's doing the right job. So I make sure all of the paperwork is right for every closing.
Is she a
for every
taskmaster,
transaction.
guys?
Oh, she's amazing. She's the glue.
So Chris helps us a lot because we have our transaction coordinator. Chris has Maxine working with us, and then I have to make sure that everything is in compliance and working good for
Compliance
the
is so important in our industry, I
Of
think.
course,
It's huge.
yeah. You can
So you
forget
have to be
about
on
the
top. So
compliance.
she's the one that keeps it together and makes sure you guys don't go to jail.
Yeah.
She's the reason why we're standing here today.
I understand.
Yeah, and then me and Andreas, we do all the conversions. So we're meeting with buyers and sellers, and we do all the conversions.
What's the market like for you guys right now?
Amazing.
No,
So
it's
why is it
really
amazing?
good.
Because if you
Fantastic.
listen to the news, it's really
I don't know what
bad.
news is.
we don't
have
I wouldn't
TV.
listen to any of it.
Not at all.
Yeah,
No.
you have to
We're in a
focus
beautiful
on
market. No, I mean Orlando's still high. We still have investors coming from anywhere in the country.
Yeah.
Literally anywhere in the world too.
in the world.
Yeah, no, investment is still high. Prices are
So
still
how do you
strong.
get it? So when you're working with someone, where do you attract most of your? Because we want to tell people, like, how do you get some of your business? You don't have to tell your trade secrets, but what are you doing in the market different that allows you to be ahead of the game, allows you to be a real player here?
Sure. So one of the things that we're very big on is Airbnb, right? So short-term rental
Short-term
investments
rentals.
are huge. Right now we're in Orlando, right? This is the number one destination for all investors, or I'm sorry, for all tourism
In the whole country. Yeah.
About 85 million people will come to Orlando.
Actually, in
2019. She's got the right number.
2016
She's gonna tell you.
65
Yeah,
million of tourists came in 2016.
There
Then
you go.
2017 was 72 million, and then 2018 they don't have the number yet, but it's gonna be projected more than 90 million tourists.
There you go, that one.
That came to Orlando.
So we take
That's why
advantage
she
of that.
does what she does.
Exactly. So we take advantage of that, and we actually are using Airbnb for that. So that's how we started investing, right? So it actually started with one house, right? We bought a 3-bedroom, 2-bath with a 1-car garage, and I decided to do something bigger with the 1-car garage. We actually decided to make it into an apartment. So we added a full
Like an
bathroom, full
efficiency.
kitchen,
Nice.
made it an independent entrance, and we just said, okay, now what do we do with this? I said, okay, we can rent it out on Airbnb and try it out, or we can rent it out long term for $1,000 a month. And we rented it out on Airbnb.
It worked.
Just that right there, just the
It
garage,
worked
the mortgage,
really
taxes,
good.
insurance, everything. And I said, oh my God, this is amazing.
Yeah, so the money is great on that, but then the experience. We have so many friends that we met just because of Airbnb, and now we're able to travel sometimes just for free, and we have really good friendships around the world. So we have people coming from everywhere to our Airbnbs, and then we can connect and learn different cultures, learn different languages, learn about each other, and
they're potential clients, right?
And we had a couple of those that we just met because of Airbnb business, and then turned into their investors, and they're coming here to look at the market.
Look who popped on, Noah. We're just talking about Noah. What's up, man? Got a thumbs up. So how do you see the rest of the market going in Orlando for 2019? Do you still see the growth? Hi, Aaron. Say hi to Aaron Ludin.
Just wanted to say you all are awesome and keep watching the show.
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks, buddy.
See you.
Like for 2019, a lot of the projections are that the rates aren't gonna. It's not gonna be a big impact on rates, and yet some of the things are showing that it's going to be a little bit of a slowdown, maybe become more of a buyer's market. What do you guys think about that?
I can definitely see that. I see the marketing softening up. You know, we do have some listings that, you know, that aren't moving, that they're priced right. You know, even lower priced listings. I put a listing on the market a week ago. It's at $150,000, so that's very affordable.
That's a great price point.
Right, very great price point. It's been on the market. I've had, you know, probably 5-6 showings, and you know, I haven't had any offers yet. So if you want to bring anyone, let me know. But I definitely
that's what
see
the show's about. Push it.
Yeah, I definitely see the marketing softening up on the listing side, the buyer side. Tons of people are still buying. You know, interest rates, as you know, they're always going to go up and down, just like the stock market. But as far as listing side, yeah, I do see that slowing down, and I see that slowing down for everybody across the board.
So if you think it's still a seller's market, you might want to take a look and see it's shifting. It's
but
shifting.
You know what? I think it's all about the attitude that you can put on. Like for us, really, because I also go show the houses and all with that. So I do the market and all that, but we also go together with the clients. So I can see how the clients are moving out, and really for us it's been moving really good still. Like even this year that everybody on the buying side is still moving really good. So it's just, I don't know, it's a perspective. So I think it's the focus that you put on, the attitude and the effort that you do for the seller's market or the buyer's market. Doesn't matter. It depends what you're gonna do.
Look who popped on, one of your fans.
Lorena!
Lorena!
How you doing?
I saw Lorena present at an event, and I never thought the same of you, Lorena, in a good way.
Lipstick and real estate. Yes.
She's amazing.
Thank you for believing in me 5 years ago for that flip. I love you.
She was the one that saw the vision when Andres wanted to do the flip with Gil. She's like, Gil,
she saw it,
Thank you for that.
And she married you guys, right?
Yes, she did. She's the person that married us too.
I love it.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah,
started this.
Yes.
You want somebody who's
she
gonna
saw us
believe
from
you.
the beginning.
She's an awesome attorney, guys. If you ever need an attorney, she's
Family
amazing.
law.
Family law.
Family law.
My wife just popped on. Hi, babe. Hope you're doing
Hey,
well.
Stacey.
Stacey, how you doing?
So let's try to wrap it up because 3 of us goes by fast, so we're already getting to our time. But I always want to hear like something that you want to leave the audience with. Is there something you live by? Because the theme of today was staying true to your roots, and they shared where they're at. Remember, you don't have to come from money to make money. You have to have a great work ethic. You have to work with people. Collaboration obviously is huge. That's what they do. Trust me, having 2 people, even when you're married, and adding a 3rd, I mean, that's some crazy collaboration that you have to make sure that you're on top of. So what do you guys do, or what's your parting word of wisdom, a quote, anything you want to share with them before we head out?
I have one word and one quote. So my word is humble. You have to be humble, and that's something that my family always told me to be for my whole life. Doesn't matter where you're gonna be, just remember where you come from. Because you have to remember, like, you can't forget the things where you come from, the places where you come from, and that's what's gonna empower you and help you going to the next level. And then the quote is, live a life you want to remember. Because you have to live every second as if it was the last one.
And I believe you live like that. I really do.
I try to do it every time.
You can't make this kind of stuff up. That's why I love live, because you can't fake live.
Yes,
You can see through it. All right, Andres, how about you?
All right, so teamwork, I think is going to be my word. Surround yourself with people that are better than you. I think these people are better than me in a sense, and I love them for that. And you have to, in order to grow and go to the next level, you have to surround yourself with amazing people. I don't have a quote, but I just want to be thankful. Thank you, Ted, for allowing us to be on the show.
Thank you guys for being patient with
You
this.
guys are amazing.
We made
This
it
is what you're
work.
doing. This brand that you're building, the TED Show, is amazing. I love it. And I want to say thank you to you guys for sticking out with me. Communication is very important. If it wasn't for communication and really good communication, we wouldn't be where we are right now. And obviously the hard work and the love, and remembering that we're from Colombia, and the reason why we're doing this is for our family. So I'm just glad to be here in this country, man. I already won being here.
You already won. Isn't that
Yes.
a great approach?
Yes.
You already won because you're here.
Yes.
I love that. All right, Javier, how about you?
One thing I would say to the audience is, you guys are out there, you're working hard, day to day, day in, day out. You've accomplished a lot in your lives. I would say make sure you take a moment and spend some time for yourself. Love on yourself, care for yourself. Travel. I love to travel. I've been to 15 countries in the past 3 years.
The traveling realtor, I think, is one of yours.
Yes,
That's actually
that's
mine.
his Instagram
Most people
name.
know me as a traveler. Make sure you enjoy yourself. See the world. It's beautiful. But don't get me wrong. I understand travel is not for everybody. Some people don't like to do it. But whatever you enjoy, whether it's reading a book, you want to get your nails done, take time for yourself. Enjoy yourself. Engulf yourself. Explore yourself. It can be a small weekend getaway. You don't have to go overseas. It can be something small, but make sure it's meaningful and you just separate yourself from your day-to-day, whatever you do. That's what I would say.
I love it. All right, you guys are a dream to have on. See how fast it goes? With 3 people plus me. So it's Kelly Ospina, Andres Ospina, and Javier
Paredes.
Paredes. I was going to do
Paredes.
the terrible New York
Paredes.
accent on that. Hey, Tyler.
Roll
Hey,
that
guys.
tongue. Roll that tongue.
Yeah. Danny Hernandez says winners, by the way.
Thank
He sent a
you.
little message out. So reach out to them. We're going to share all their contact information after the show, how you can reach out. They're open books, and that's what you want.
Yes.
If you want a mentor, if you want somebody to talk to, they obviously have different approaches to things, but it all comes back to staying true to your roots, remembering who you are, and
Being
doing the
humble.
things, being humble. I love that. And the collaboration and the teamwork. So reach out to these guys. Thank you guys for coming
One
on.
little thing is that, if
Please.
you ever want to invest in Airbnb, or that is a great investment, you have to take advantage that you are in the #1 tourist destination in the whole country, and we have our property management for short-term rentals, so we're open if anybody wants to hear more about it. And thank you, Ted, again.
Thank you guys, and thank you, Ali McCarroll, for sitting
Thank
here and
you.
watching you and
Awesome.
setting us
Thank you
up,
for making
it
doing all
happen.
the graphics. Ali Mac Consulting. If you
Our
need
pictures look
social
really
media,
wonderful today.
they look good.
Good job.
We
Come
love
on,
you
guys.
guys. Come on, Yay! All right, we love you guys. Have an amazing weekend. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you,
for
guys.
putting up with the loudness. I mean, you got to do what you got to do, so you got to adjust. All right, we love you. See you later.
Happy Friday, guys. Enjoy.
Ali's gonna hit the button.